Well, good Friday morning, everybody. Jake here with you, back for part 5 of our Enterprise C, or rather, our 1400 scale Kestra build up. I know the last time I did a video and you saw this, I was doing the had the showing you about the lines and painting these sections here, and I know I told you that I'd have this done, but I decided to wait and go through and show you the technique of how I do the lateral lines and the lateral sensor array and all that kind of stuff. So last night I went back through, noticed there was a little bit of discoloration in here, didn't get enough paint on there, so I went ahead and put another coat on there and let it dry overnight, and now we're ready to go for the for me to do the lateral line. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to zoom in now. I'm going to try to get you into shot to where you can see what I'm doing, and hopefully I can get it in a good position for you. But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I know I mentioned to you before in the past that you can go to Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Hobby Town, anywhere that they sell this tester's pack. It comes in a tape. It comes in a 3-pack. It comes in, a very large size, then a medium size, and then this very small. It comes in 3-pack. Like I said, sorry you weren't in shot there, but has a very large and then a medium and then the small stuff here. This is the smallest in the pack, and this is the one that you want to use for these lateral lines. So what I'm going to do is start laying in the lines, and then we'll go through and use our light colored paint to paint over this, and then we'll dry it and show you what it looks like. So let me make sure you're in shot there, and we'll get started. And again, apologize for the background noise. My AC is on, so you have to bear with me. Alright, let's turn this around. We're going to start with this one here. I'm going to try to get these as centered over those lines as much as possible to make sure that you get a good alright, and we'll start on with this next one. Alright, and we'll flip this around. And you're going to be starting on this one here. Alright, now we're going to do this one here on the bottom. Alright, so all the horizontal lines are done. Now we just need to work on getting the, we have one here, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little ones to go through. So we're going to start off with these back, the longer of the lines. There's that one. Apologize for that. I don't know why he does. My dog does that every time I come out here to do a video and shut the door. He starts barking, and I don't know why. All right, there's that one. And I will tell you guys that this tape does not have a very good sticky to it. You're probably only going to get one or two times to get out of it, you know, this tape. Alright, so before it loses its sticky, because it's very low tack. There's that one. Okay, now we'll flip this around and get these four little ones here. And this tape can be a little expensive. It's like almost $13 for the pack, but it does come in very handy. You could probably spend the time cutting the regular tape down and all that kind of stuff, and it would work. But this stuff makes it a little easier. It's well worth the money. Now, if I could just find where my tape left off, there it is. Spending a little bit of money on these the right equipment and stuff like that on these models, guys. It sure makes it a lot easier to get these builds done correctly and more efficiently. So, all right, I now have my tape on there, and we'll get you more centered where I can get you show where you're going to the. Then I'm going to run a little bit of cleaner through my airbrush. Turn my pressure up a little bit. Alright, so now we're going to be using the lighter color, which is the flanker blue, which is the 71.337 Vallejo, and this stuff is airbrush ready. So you just put as you can see, I'm just going to demonstrate. You just put a few little drops down inside the put just a little more. And that's about all you need down in the bottom of that. And then we'll put a few drops of the airbrush flow improver down in there. Alright, so now put my lid on there, we'll do a test shot. There, I might have to adjust my Alright, now we got a good shot, so we'll start painting. Okay, well, we got a problem here. As you can see, it started blotching on me, so what I'm going to do is dry that real quick. So I'm going to take some paper towel. Good thing about having acrylic is that you can wipe it right off really easy. So we got that done. I'm going to clean up my airbrush. Sorry about that, guys. Give me just a few seconds here. Sometimes these things get clogged and you have to clean them out real good. Alright guys, well, I'm going to clean this out, and I'll come right back and we'll pick up right where we left off. So see you in just a few minutes guys, be right back. Alright guys, welcome back. Now I got my airbrush fixed and we do a test shot here. So it looks good now, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead. I had a little bit of a clog down inside the brush, so we got it all cleaned out now. So let's go ahead and spray and we'll get it going. So here we go. First of all, I need to cover, take a piece of paper or something and cover off this little area here, simply for the fact that I don't want to get paint all over. What I'll do is we'll do this. Well, I got paint on that, but I'll go back through and fix that with the airbrush later. So we'll go ahead and paint our coat on there, get it good, and make sure I'm in shot. Alright, well there's that. Let me grab my heat gun here and give it a quick dry. Sorry about that. It did not mean to get the camera, the stand. And along with this guys, you want to make sure that you don't hold this heat gun too close or too on one spot for too long, because it will warp the plastic. And we'll peel off this tape and show you what we got. Alright, so there's that. Alright, so now you can see we have that all nice and dry. It may not be completely all the way 100% dry, but it'll be dry enough for us to take our tape off, and we'll show you what it looks like. So here we go. And the thing is on this, you don't want to pull it off too fast or too quick, too hard, because you might end up pulling tape off with it. Just pull it off real nice and gently and it'll come off, especially this tape. Alright, so let's pull off this tape here and we'll show you the nice clean lines here we got going. And then what I do, I got a little bit of overspray on this part right here, so what you can do is once you get it all done, go back and fix it. It will take me just a few seconds to fix. I'm going to leave this tape on here so that way I won't have a problem with the that way I won't mess up the paint or use a lot more tape than I need to. But you can see here you can see here how nice and clean all of these lines look. Like I said, once we get this together and it's dried completely, and we have all the the ship together, I'll go back through and do my seams. We'll go back through and we're gonna have to retouch up the seams here, and across here. So I'm not gonna really worry about too much down here, but you can see how nice and clean that's turned out. and once it dries, it'll look a lot better. And we'll go back through off camera and go clean this up a little bit, just to do a little bit of spraying on that with a darker blue. And then we can, once it's dry, I can go back through and start scraping out all the the windows that I want. Now the trick on these models, guys, is you don't have to scrape out every window. It's not logical that every ship on the light, every light on, every window is lit up on these ships. If you notice in a lot of the Enterprise D, a lot of Enterprise E and stuff like that, not all the windows are lit up. So we'll go through here and do a few here on this row, and then a few here, and then some here. That way I have room to put some of my light, tape or whatever I need to for my LEDs to go through there, and that way it's not overly bright. So we'll scrape out a few windows up here on the neck, and then we'll scrape out a few windows here on the side, and go from there. So, but alright guys, well there's that, and get my mess cleaned up here. So next week, now that that's done, well, I should be able to we'll go through there on one side of the ship and show you on the inside on how to well, this tape's not wanting to come off. It sticks to you. But we'll go through and show laying in the lighting on some of this stuff, and show you how to lay it in, where to, a good position for some of this stuff will be. Probably lay in a little bit of a strip here to light up the neck, and it might be bright enough to light up some of these windows here. Might put a little strip here on the bottom, since there's nothing really going to be here, so I might be able to lay in a little strip right there too. So, but and then we got to cut in our trench here for our wires coming down from the saucer. So we got quite a bit to do on this, but next episode 6 on this, we'll get it. We'll get you caught up on all this, and some more work on Ed's Reliant, and go from there, guys. So until then, we'll see you next week. Y'all have a good weekend, and take care out there, and happy modeling, everybody.